Oh my god, pork chop. I was okay, pork chop. I'm really good at osmosis, and so I was gonna cry earlier, but I managed to suck them all back into my eyeballs. I was explaining. Oh my god, this sounds like I'm being really performative. I was explaining earlier, and I'm so sorry for how this is going to sound. Forgive me for this. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a thing. So, number one, when I was very very little, I'm an only child, and so I love playing Tomb Raider because she just does everything on her own, and she's an only child, and she just like I just most amazing woman I've ever like landed my eyes on, and I wanted to be just like her when I grew up, and so I used to pretend that I was Lara Croft in the playground. I used to pretend that I was walking around, like how she would walk around like this with the little arms that move backwards and forwards, and she'd walk in like this like bizarrely straight line. And so I used to pretend to do that, and then also she was my imaginary friend when I was younger, because sometimes if I got lonely I would pretend that I was playing games with Lara Croft. And then I never thought that I'd ever be included. So I never thought that like this would happen, this would like, you know, be a thing like with the remaster, etc. And I never thought I'd be included, because I never thought I'd get ever to it, like to a point, but B, because I obviously just like I do makeup, and so when video game companies started to work with me, I was really confused at first, because I was like, I don't makeup, like I don't know, like do they do they know? And so the fact that like this is a thing, I feel so happy to be so included in it, and I'm just so over the moon. I just never thought I'd get anything like Tomb Raider ever, and so it's literally like a dream, and I can't believe it, and I'm so 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 grateful. There was a thing where like when Shadow came out a few years ago, and I'm not gonna like, it's not to talk shade about anyone, it's not my intention, but there was this event which happened, and I was seeing this, all of this like coverage come out from like all of the content creators and all the influencers who went, and I honestly, like I was so envious, and my heart yearned, because I was like, I'd love to go to something like that. I'd love to be included. And I didn't, and I just never thought like I would get to. And the thing that upset me the most was I actually saw a lot of these creators talking about how they, afterwards, especially how they hated the game and all this lot. And I was just like, I was so angry, because I loved the game, and I loved everything about it. And I just felt like, I wish the opportunity would had gone to someone like myself, because I was so everything about it. I was like foaming at the mouth, and I was really sad. And so I was like, and I said to myself, like, I really hope one day I'm gonna be included in these things. I hope one day people are gonna know that I love Tomb Raider, and I really really hope that I get to be included. And so the fact that I have, and like I'm in this position now, like I'm just really really grateful, because it does mean a lot to me, and I'm so happy. I'm so sorry, I'm going into osmosis again, but like for those of you who have been here for a really long time, you've seen me move around to a lot of different places, places, and I have a very, very extensive Lara Croft collection of just things. This is actually an officially licensed Tomb Raider coat, from the games from Hot Topic, and I got it years ago, and I was panicking so much, and I actually got it import, and there's just been like so many like little things, and I've just been collecting things over time. It's been the one game that I've always loved so much, and I've only ever loved her so much more every time something comes out. One of the things that got me especially, and some of you guys may not know, one of the things that I love about her, if I like digress a little bit from the Tomb Raider, from the originals, which is what we're playing now, is in the recent trilogy, she, in after the first game, so after the first game and before Rise, there was some like graphic novels and some books that were released, and like consumed all that media. And one of the things that I loved so much about her there, because they're kind of set as like prequel, was it actually spoke about how she went through PTSD after she was on Yamatai, and every time she heard a loud noise, she'd like have this like, it'd be like trigger, and it would freak her out a bit. And I love that so much, because I think it's really, really relatable for a lot of people, because we get to see like Lara Croft as she is, like now, like obviously here she's in like her 30s or something, and she's having a great time, and she's really strong, and she goes and she's very empowered. She's everything, you know, by herself, and she doesn't let anything affect her. But then one of the things that I thought was so beautiful about that was like reading about that and like kind of like seeing how she dealt with that is like all that means is like look at what's to come. Like you'll like people get over, like not get over this trip, but like people like overcome like these weaknesses, and then, you know, they become a lot stronger after they've like overcome a lot of it. And so I only found her more and more like over time I've only ever found her more and more inspiring through like different parts of media that's been released about her, and I just love it so much. I'm so sorry, I've completely neglected all of chat, but like and like everything about her, I love so many things about, like, I mean, like the recent film that came out, it wasn't really for me, but that's okay. One of the things that I used to get, I've expressed it multiple times, is like I'm very aware that the community is not the best. So I'm just so grateful to be included, and I don't want to cry again. But like, and like it comes out tomorrow, but I have it today, and like I was like changing up like all of my schedule because I was gonna play it on like Wednesday, and I told my boyfriend that we're not allowed to celebrate Valentine's Day because it's too late today. And I was like, we need to move Valentine's Day because like I'm not doing it. Like I'm playing Tomb Raider. It's so important. He was like, no problem. I totally get it. And I'm so sorry. And I'm so grateful, and like I love everything about it, and I'm so sorry I've neglected chat. I'm gonna read chat now, but like, yeah, I'm just really, really, really grateful, and I'm so happy, and thank you so much. I love it so much, and I feel like I'm just like, oh my god, there's no way that I can like fully express that. I feel like I could just like put my hand down my throat and like pull out my heart and be like, look, it's got Tomb Raider printed on it, and then just like and then just like take it back in again just to prove it to you. But I also don't feel like I need to prove it to you, but if I could, that's what I would do. I'm so sorry, let me just read chat.